Hello and welcome back to part 2 of the collaboration with Bella Creativa. I am working on putting some mats on my file folder base, and I use some of my non-directional pages, so the butterfly page, and then there's a sunflower page in the sunflower kit. And what's really nice about doing the mats is Katie, who created the files she's Bella Creativa, she has not only the piece that you cut out on your Cricut or that you can trace with your pencil and cut out, she also has the mat pages ready for you, and then you can just trace those. See, right here is a sample. So I cut those out, and then I have them as templates that I can use over and over. So I've already done the butterfly mat, and then I'm going to also add the tab to that file folder. And so all of the little pieces that you need are all ready to go. So all you have to do is line up where you want your paper to go, trace it out, and then cut it out. It makes it super easy. So I'm going to add this butterfly piece to the tab of this folder. And then once I've done that, I'm going to add a couple pockets to this as well. So here are 2 pockets, and I did cut these out on my Cricut, but again, she has the template where you can also trace. It's a printable template, so you can print them out, cut them out, and then have them to use. These small pockets, I ended up using a pocket as my template because I added it into the file folder later on a couple more times. But it's nice that you can either use it on your machine or you can just cut it out and have the templates there. So I am making some stacked, or 2 pockets. I wanted to have the opening on the side of the pocket, but then I think I just am so used to having pockets at the top that I just kind of went ahead and did the top. And here I am cutting out a thumb hole on both of the background, or the pockets, and then I'm going to add some of one of my journal pages as the mat. So here again is one of her templates for the mat, making sure I had the right one. And then I decided on this page, and again, see how I can kind of move it around on my page and say, oh, nope, I want this part or that part. I just think that's so cool. And then you can trace it and then cut it out. Super easy. This kit would be perfect for people who like to make mini albums, or yeah, mini albums I think of, but you know, instead of a mini album, it's a file folder. But if you have that background of matting and all that kind of stuff, this is right up your alley. Pretty fun. So then I've traced it, and then I'm going to cut it out, and I was risky and I used my scissors instead of my cutting board. I did pretty well. It's pretty straight. And then once they're cut out, I'm going to add them to the pocket. And here I'm just deciding which one I want where. And then I'm going to punch the thumb hole. And I thought, oh, maybe I can just punch it. And then I end up tracing it with my pencil. It made it a little bit easier. And then I can just line that up and punch it out. And then I do it to the second one. And then I glue the mat onto the pocket. If you haven't already, you should head on over to Bella Creativa's YouTube channel. She started with her junk journal first, and I'm doing the file folder first, so it's kind of fun to see how we are doing. We're both going to do a junk journal and a file folder. It's just kind of fun to see what we're doing. It's the same and differently. At this stage, I was making my file folder very similar to one that Bella Creativa had made in the past. And then around this part, I started getting the hang of it a little more. And so I kind of switch up the rest of my file folder. But at first I was like, okay, wait a minute, how do I do this? But then I started catching on. It was a small learning curve, but it was not bad. And I think it's something that I can continue to use with all sorts of different kinds of bases. I bought some craft cardstock that I want to make a file folder out of. And I just think if you have it, you can just keep using it over and over. And that's the wonderful thing about her files as well as my digital kits. You can just use them over and over. All right, so I'm gluing on the top pocket, and I wanted to make sure that I had enough room at the top and the bottom. And then I'm glue on the bottom pocket. I think that looks pretty cute. A little burnish, make sure it's down. And then I'm going to do the inside mat. So here I am gluing on this bottom pocket, just so I didn't see that flap with my mat. So I put that on the bottom first. And then I decided for this sunflower paper that is also non-directional. And again, I'm going to get my mat and I will trim it out. And this one was a little bit short because of the white border around the page. So I will have to do something later when I'm doing more decorating to kind of cover it up. It's not that noticeable, but you can kind of see that there's a little bit that is white and not the sunflower page. And you can see right there at the bottom, there's a little bit that is not quite. So I round one of the corners. And I think I cut it off. Yeah, I end up cutting that off, but you can still kind of tell where the page ends. Again, it's not that noticeable, but see right there in the bottom corner where my thumb is. I think once I pointed at it. Once things are there, I think it'll be okay. So I'm going to glue this mat on. And I didn't mat that tuck spot yet, that pocket just yet. I wanted to kind of see what the rest of the file folder, the center, looks like, and then I'm going to come back and do that one. But I do glue it down. Looking cute. All right, so now I'm going to do this back portion, and I'm using the collage page from the Sunflower Kit. And again, I'm just going to trace it and cut it out. And then I glue it down, and then I'm going to do a double pocket on this one. I kind of sped it up for you since I'm kind of repeating the steps from before. So I'm going to have one and then the other one kind of tucked behind. And I almost forgot to mat the one in the back. But I end up noticing, oh man, I haven't matted it. So I pull it out. And here I'm just fiddling with it, trying to decide which one I want to use. So I'm going to end up finishing these two mats, and then next time I have some more parts of the file folder that I want to add to it to have, there's going to be like an envelope flip and some other tucks, and I'm also going to use some pieces from Bella Creativa's Sunflower SVG files. I think I'm going to use the belly band and then a couple of the tuck spots. So we'll do that next time. And yeah, let me know, are you making a file folder as well? Are you using the printables? Let me know what you're thinking. All right, I hope you have a wonderfully crafty day, and I will see you soon. Thanks so much. Bye.